how to create a very unusual square-themed design, sketch design in Photoshop 221 or earlier, obviously 220, 219, all can be used in this. Now, first thing to do, what I'm using is art history, but instead of using just one snapshot, I'm using multiple snapshots just to build up a complex design. But also I'm using an artist brush. Now, I've done an earlier video, and a couple of videos showing how to create this. So this brush, just quickly go there. Here's the very basic brush, simply a star design. What you do, just quickly go to Edit and Define Brush Preset. And you can create the star via the polygon tool. Just use 8 point and just create that. But like I say, just check out the earlier videos on that. So how to create design like that? Obviously, I'm not going to probably be able to create exactly the same because there's a bit of randomness in this each time I do it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back to the source tool. Here's the cat before I do anything else. And the art history one, if I just apply it just normally, say I'm going to be using, like, you can vary the size. Now this is the brush that I've got, this star design. And I've got normal, opacity 100%, loose long, area 59, and that's it. That's all the others are set to 0. And if I just apply it normally, you could just see it applied like that. However, what you can do, you can use snapshots. And the snapshots are built up of multiple, and I'm just going to quickly show you one or two of them. Just quickly show you filter, and just go down to stylize, and tiles. And you can see there, number of tiles, 40. So you can increase and get lots. So I'm just going to go say 50. And maximum offset, you can set that to say 30 or something. And I'm using the foreground color, which is black. Click OK. And then you can see what you get. You get this sort of tiled, it's all just randomly sort of moved out. And what you can do, you can go to your history panel and you can find that via window and history. And you can go to new snapshot. Click OK, and that's that. And these other ones are all done exactly the same way. Some different settings. So I'll just quickly go. Now I'm just going to go back to the original, and again do exactly the same. So filter and stylize and tiles. And this time maybe instead of 50, I can go for 5. So you can make obviously very few tiles. Again, click OK, and you can see then it's broken up like that. So you can create all kinds of different designs. And again, what you can do, you can capture that. Right side menu and new snapshot. Click OK, and you see a long list of snapshots. Now, what you can do, you've got this history panel is very useful because you can put a history state and you can use that with your art history brush. So you've got your art history brush there, and it needs a source. And there's a line all the way down here. You just click it, one of this little box, and you can use that. Now, I'm just going to set that back to that, but now I've set the history state to one of those tile designs. So then, what you can do, you can go to Edit, and you can say Edit Fill, and I'm going to set it to black. Normal and 100%, click OK. Now I'm going to apply the brush. I'm using loose long, 59, past it, normal, and I'm using 7. You can vary it, you can make it 40, 30, whatever, you can just vary it, and you can vary it depending on the snapshot that you use. Then you can apply it, and you can see when you do that, you get, instead of just all over the place like you would normally get if you were just applying it, you're getting a more sort of square coming into, you can see squares there. And you can apply it obviously multiple times. And again, what you can do, you can then go to another snapshot. Just click, not click the snapshot, click the side just there. And again, you can apply it a couple of times. And again, click that one. Now you can vary, of course, the brush. So you can just say, just set the size, and you can see, then it becomes a little bit more random. So it actually is best to work with a smaller brush, but it gives you it fills the document if nothing else. And you can see again, every time you apply it, it's got this like more square element. Again, click a different snapshot. And of course, what you can do, you can click that one. And sometimes it will end up more sort of random, but on some of this one, now you can see again, you've got more because that was the big chunky things. You get the bigger the chunky sort of blocks in the tile. So if you make like only 5 tiles, you'll get these big blocks, and you can see that just round there, that line. See it, physical, and that's obviously the black. And you can do that. You can see that square line all the way through that. And again, what you can do, you can go back to the snapshot again, and you can apply another one on top of that. And you can go maybe one of the more random ones there, which is there. And you can build this image up. Again, like lots of squares. This one's the one with the most squares because you had those big tiles. And if that's what you want at the end result, of course, just apply it multiple times with that. You can see again that real nice sort of square design. Now, you could do very similar, of course, create some maybe sort of circular designs as well, obviously not using the tiles, but you could create similar sort of thing simply by selecting parts of the image and spread them out and build up designs like that. It is a pity there is no circular one. However, so you've got that design. What you can do, of course, you can always go to Image, Adjustments, and maybe use inverse, I was just going to do, but black and white. So you can turn it black and white. And you can see you can modify that and just change the yellows. That's why to get exactly what I had first time around will be very tricky because I don't remember all the settings I set. And you can tweak those. Now, of course, you could also go to Window and Brush Settings, and you can add some colour dynamics. You've got colour dynamics there. You've got hue, jitter, and those sort of things. Set those. You don't have to have those. You can just keep it like that, and it'll more like the design there. And you can add it again. You can apply it over and over again like that. And you, of course, can vary the hue jitter each time. I'll do that. Or maybe again, go to the history panel over there and maybe select a different snapshot. And then, of course, go back up here to black and white again, and maybe go black and white again. And then go set that to OK. And then you've got the design there. Now, also what you can do, of course, you can go and add some more. And then go to Image Menu Adjustments. And instead of black and white, I'm going to make really the colour I've just added, really emphasise the colour. So make it really garish by putting the vibrance up and the saturation up. Click OK. And of course, you can always go and do that again. So image, and the black and white, of course, will not be changed. So vibrance. You can see you can really create very colourful design, which obviously doesn't look much like a cat, but the cat is in there. But it's a very unusual sort of square themed sort of design with this sort of streaks of colour that have gone through it. But you can, like I say, vary the brush settings or not vary brush settings. Perfectly reasonable. You can just keep settings down, no jitter at all. Just as reasonable as well. Obviously, the end result, you will get different colour effects at the end of the day, but obviously you can try those. Anyway, hope you found this tutorial of interest. Please subscribe to Graphicxtras channel. Always adding new tutorials about Photoshop, obviously 221, obviously Illustrator, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Affinity Publisher, and many, many others. Also, if you've got any comments, any questions, things that I've done wrong, things that maybe I haven't explained well enough, please put in your comments. I'm always happy to go and put some sort of comments afterwards saying, yes, you should do this, or this may be a better way, or maybe maybe I just wasn't clear enough in this video. It's quite possible. Also, a dislike or like. Thank you much.